for the dedication of the Wallace, closer to the mic, for the dedication of the Wallace Higgins sign, sponsored by the Allegheny County Historical Society and also the Higgins family. My name's Robert Pulos. I'll be your host today, if you will, and we've got several people involved that help make this possible, and we'll be talking about them as we go. We're going to start our morning with the Pledge of Allegiance. Right behind you is an American flag. Don Higgins. Don Higgins, would you lead us in the pledge, please?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. We've asked some folks to speak with us this morning, and we're going to start with some family members. Now, we just had Don lead us in the pledge, and we're going to have Don give us a couple of words about his dad. And Don says we're going to let youngest sister start us off.
Put your mouth right on the microphone, right up close.
Okay. Thank you for being here on this very wet, rainy day. My first thought is I sent a picture of the sign to my own children who are spread out far and wide. And by text, one said, "Oh, that's lovely." Another one said, "That is so cool." Another one texted a purple heart and a gold heart, knowing that her grandfather was so involved at ALFRED University. So those are the university's colors. I told Bob, yes, I want to make some comments. He doesn't realize most of it will be about him, which he's going to hate. But I just wanted to let you know that last fall, Bob called me and asked if I would be a co-coordinator with him for our 50th class reunion, which was this year, reunion from Alfred Central School. And I agreed. So therefore, we then had a lot of different times together, a lot of different meetings and phone calls. But in the middle of all that, he called me one day and said, "Sharon, wasn't your dad a Tuskegee airman?" And I said, "Well, yes." And then he started explaining that the Allegheny County Historical Society wanted to have a Pomeroy sign put up somewhere else in Allegheny County, and asked Bob to be in charge of figuring out what that would be about. And so he saw, I hope I get all this right, Bob, he saw another sign, Pomeroy sign, another location in New York State about a Tuskegee Airman. So that's why he called me and said, "Hey." So I said, "Yep," and I gave him a little background. And from there, he started, that's when his vision really started. And so then he called me again, "Do you have more information? Do you have any photographs?" And then I directed him to Brother Don for more information. And then he got Brother Bill involved because, according to Bob, Bill knows a bit more about how to do things on the computer. And then there was the organizing and the installation for this event. But in between, he's put time on the phone, on the road, just so much time. So I'm really proud of his vision for this project and his determination to carry it through, even despite this weather. And also really thank the Allegheny County Historical Society for backing him up on this project and really encouraging him. So thanks very much for being here.
Thank you, Sharon. I've already been told I'm off script, so next is going to be the Wallace Higgins biography. We're going to have that read by Bill Pulos.
Okay, my friends, let's work this microphone a little bit. As stated, we owe a lot of thanks to a lot of people here. Allegheny County Historical Society Executive Director Ron Taylor. We want to thank all of our friends with that society, as well as the Bakers Bridge Society that are with us here today. We want to pay our respects and give some thanks to our first responders, the Alfred Station Fire Department that Wally was a life member of, the Alfred Police Department that our Mayor Jim Dinos is encouraged to come down and be with us today. Of course, the Higgins family, the siblings, Don, Lori, and you just heard from Sharon. Certainly the caretakers and the people that love this place, the cemetery, Al and Mary Ormsby, thank you very much for hosting us and having us. We promise to take good care of the driveway. And just like Sharon said, my brother Robert, whose idea this was, he's a member of the Allegheny County Historical Society, and he's worked this idea from stem to stern, including the other day being on his hands and knees with a shovel digging that hole by hand with a little help from Don. And my brother and I have been on a lot of adventures together, but many times he does not get enough credit. And so I want to publicly right now give him all the credit for this event. Thank you. Okay, part of my job is to read the memorial put together by our State Senator Kathy Young 10 years ago in May of 2015, honoring our veterans. So here we go, in abridged form. Wally Higgins was born on November 11, 1925, on Veterans Day, the son of Alice and Daniel Higgins. He was raised on a small farm in Kendall, New York, which is in Orleans County. He, his wife, and his parents are all buried here in the Maplewood Cemetery. As soon as Wally turned 18, he enlisted in what was known as the U.S. Army Air Corps. Wally wanted to fly, having watched the P-36 and the P-40 warplanes fly over his home that were being made at the Curtiss Wright factory in Buffalo. His indoctrination into flying came by way of attending the Civil Air Patrol classes in Rochester his senior year. Isn't it nice that everybody slows down for us on the way by here? Wally attributed those meetings to playing a big role in furthering his interest in pursuing aviation. And before his passing, Wally received the Congressional Gold Medal due to his Civil Air Patrol involvement during World War II. The Army took Wally on December 10, 1943. He initially reported to Fort Dix, New Jersey, and then ironically was sent to the Deep South, Biloxi, Mississippi, for basic training and aptitude testing. As a result of his skin color and his proficiencies, Wally was selected to be part of the Tuskegee Airman experiment in Alabama. He trained in pre-flight at Tuskegee Institute, then completed his primary flight training. Wally spent 11 months at Tuskegee. Per the Tuskegee Airman, Inc. What? Correction already? Tuskegee. You want to read this thing?
Tuskegee.
All right, every time wait a minute. Don't go anywhere. Every time we get to that word, I'm going to give it to Don. I just found out I had to read this last night. All right. So, let's see here. According to the Yeah, we can all say it in unison. Tuskegee Inc. outfit, Wallace C. Higgins, is in the official registry as a documented original
Tuskegee.
airman. I think that's all we need from you. He is listed in the New York State 2015 Senate Veterans Hall of Fame. Wally was then transferred to the 1909 Engineers Aviation Battalion and served in Saipan and Okinawa, building roads, airfields, and ammunition storage buildings. Wally was a sergeant in charge of an all-black 30-man platoon. On March 17, 1947, Wally received his honorable discharge as a staff sergeant with Squadron F, 3505 Army Air Force. For his military service, Wally earned the following medals: World War II Victory Medal, Asiatic Pacific Campaign Medal, American Campaign Medal, Army Good Conduct Medal, and the New York State Medal for Merit. Wally graduated from the College of Ceramics at Alfred University, where he met and married his wife Norma, to whom he was married for over 60 years. They raised 4 children and never left Alfred. Wally spent his professional life in the world of industrial ceramic design, traveling the world as an artist, specialist, consultant, and professor, retiring from Alfred University in 1985, Professor Emeritus. Wally's public service permeates our gathering today. His service touched all of us. Wally spent decades with many organizations in Allegheny County, including the Alfred Lions Club. They're here today. The Alfred Station Fire Department. They're here today. The Union University Church. They're here today. The Allegheny County Office for the Aging, and I'm told by that outfit they want me to join them pretty soon. The Allegheny Senior Foundation, and of course, our friends at the Bakers Bridge Historical Society. That's quite a lineup. Now, going off book for a minute.
Uh-oh.
Not that you ever do that.
Don and I were here yesterday, setting up a little bit, hoping that the sunshine that we had all day yesterday would show up today. Didn't quite work out, Don. Might want to work on that plan.
But you got a rainless window.
And we got a rainless window, which we're going to take care of. Thank you. So, as part of that process, I said, Don, I've got my cell phone here. And I've got some music on my cell phone. Let's play some music and sing along with the microphone. Don gave me a very curious look, and he paused. And he said, you know, my father's favorite song was by Frank Sinatra, and it was entitled, Fly Me to the Moon. And so, my friends, without the assistance of old Blue Eyes, you can join me in a little sing-along, and we'll give it a try if everything works out just right. It's coming.
So it's Christmas.
Fly me to the moon, let me play among the stars. Let me know what spring looks like on Jupiter and Mars. In other words, hold my hand. In other words, baby, kiss me. Fill my heart with song and let me sing forevermore. You are all I long for, all I worship and adore. In other words, please be true. In other words, I love you. Everybody, fill my heart with joy. Fill my heart with song and let me sing forevermore. You are all I long for, all I worship and adore. In other words, please be true. In other words, in other words, I love you. Thank you very much.
Won't even try to follow. We're just continuing on, trying to stay on script. Thank you, Bill. Next, we're going to hear from Don himself. Don, please.
Are you doing Pomeroy or no?
We're getting there.
What am I doing?
Some words.
Mouth to the microphone.
Really appreciate all of you being here today. Didn't know what kind of turnout we would get, but we are very fortunate to have all of you here today. We appreciate it. Today is October 11th. In exactly a month will be November 11th, Veterans Day. Bill, I believe one of you mentioned that Dad was born on Veterans Day. Technically, he was born on Armistice Day because it wasn't yet Veterans Day at that point in 1925.
Give me all the corrections, Don, right now.
So he was born November 11th on Armistice Day, 1925. In a month, he will have been 100 years old. So a month from now, his 100th birthday, and that's kind of special to all of us. Dad would have been on the outside very humble. On the inside, he would have been kind of embarrassed because he didn't like the accolades and being the center of attention, even though he ended up the center of attention on so many occasions for good reason. Bill read the bio from Kathy Young with some corrections. You made two other mistakes, but I'm not going to point them out. So I just want to echo the thanks to the Pomeroy Foundation. We really appreciate what they do with every state, every community in this nation for all the signs that they fund and sponsor and provide. So we thank them very much. Thank you very much to Bob. Bob, we have something we'd like to present to you. You want to come up here, Bob? At my dad's funeral, during that amazing military service in the lawn of the Union University Church Center, each of us siblings were presented with a special plaque from the Patriot Guard Riders. So, Bob, we can't thank you enough for everything you've done for this, but this is a token of our appreciation. You want to open that up? So this is the same plaque that our family members have in honor of my dad. Can't thank you enough, Bob. I'll be remiss if I don't mention Bill Pulos, who has trouble reading and pronouncing things sometimes, but he's been a big part of this. He helped Bob with what I understand was a pretty complicated application for this. So Bill helped him with that. Bill came down here to the site when we decided where to put the sign. And then we decided to go ahead and dig the hole for the sign, even though we knew that there is a national fuel gas marker right there. And we were pretty sure it's over in this area. So we dug the hole right there. That hole was full of rocks, a lot of rocks. And it was a lot of digging, and Bob and Al Hornsby and myself worked on that. Most importantly, Bill Pulos supervised that operation from a distance.
And it was a whole lot of rocks.
It was a lot of rocks. But Bill did an awful lot of work. He came down here yesterday with me to make sure all the equipment was going to work. He's done a lot behind the scenes. He took voice lessons so he could sing today from Rebecca Weaver. Thank you for that, Bill. So I've got a gift for Bill. This goes back maybe 45 years when the Lions Club was doing our own chicken barbecues. We were cooking the chicken. It also goes back to when the Lions Club actually went out in the fields and cut the Christmas trees and hauled them out and set them up next to the giant food mart at the time. So anyway, all that time, all these years, he whines to me because he swears I stole his yellow-handled pliers. And I've tried to dispute that. I've told him he's confused, he doesn't know what he's talking about, that he must have misplaced his yellow-handled pliers. So Bill, I'm tired of your whining. Come on up here, please.
He's got a yellow vest on too.
Wearing a yellow sweater.
It wasn't just yellow pliers, by the way.
Oh, now you're going to add something?
Yes, definitely.
What was it?
It's a list.
All I've heard you whine about are the yellow pliers.
All right.
So,
What do we got here?
I have a gift for you.
All right. What do we got in here?
Paper.
That's nice paper. Oh, here we go. All right.
So now you have yellow handle.
All right. Look at that. Look at that. It's Christmas time. Thank you, John.
Thank you, Bill.
Don't worry about interest on the usage all these years.
And then one more thing. That same day that we were down here digging this hole, and Bill was standing back there supervising, Bob was busting his butt. Al Orsby helped, I helped. We got the hole dug. That's okay, Bill.
Excuse me. Go ahead.
So, working on that hole, at one point, Bob pulled out from his vehicle a set of post hole diggers. And I swear they were from the Civil War era. They were decrepit, they were old, they were splintering, and they were not being very effective digging stones out of there. And so not only did that not work well, but Bill continued to chastise Bob for not signing out the post hole digger from the Pulos farm. And Bill did not know that Bob had taken them. So we have a decrepit post hole digger signed out or not signed out because it was missing from the Pulos farm. So Bob and Bill, I now present you yellow handle, a brand new post hole digger for your farm.
All right.
And that's all I have to say about that.
We've got a couple more we want to hear from. Sharon's going to come back up here and share something from the Pomeroy Corporation. I'd like to say that also representing the Allegheny County Historical Society with us today is Georgia Cornell. She's our president. Our executive director, Ron Taylor, is ill today, but he did manage to get these programs around, something to follow, which I haven't done faithfully. Ron, I apologize. That being said, Lori Higgins is also over here with us today, a family member. And at this time, I'd like to ask Jim Ninos. Jim Ninos, the Alfred Mayor, and also the president of the Bakers Bridge Historical Society. Well attended today. Thank you to those folks and the community folks for coming and enjoying this time with us. Jim?
Well, thank you, and I appreciate having everybody here in beautiful downtown Bakers Bridge. Almost, we're just down the road. But I want to thank you. I cannot compete with these guys. Don't expect the kind of performance you've just received. But I do want to say, on behalf of Bakers Bridge and the village of Alfred, Wally Higgins has been monumental. I mean, this is beautiful, but I think a statue would have been better. But I have to share a story my dad told me about the Higgins family, and this was before it was a family. Dad told me a story that started with the dog cart. Anybody here know what the dog cart was? Yeah. Raise your hand if you know the dog cart. All right, there was a restaurant. Of course, I'm a Nino, so there must be a restaurant in this story somewhere. Anyhow, there was a restaurant where the Union University Church Center is located now. And it was called the University Diner. But everybody called it the dog cart. And it was like that traditional diner that you might, like the diner that's in Wellsville. Looked very similar to that, and it burned down. But the story starts about, Dad was telling me about Wally and Norma. And that's when they were courting and when they were together, they spent a great deal of their free time and social time sitting in the collegiate in long conversations. Dad said they would be there for hours, just sitting there talking, having a great time. And I always thought that's a story that probably nobody knows about the beginning of that relationship, and I can say that our family had an important part in that relationship, and I appreciate it very much that it carried on for 60 years. Plus 60 plus years. That's amazing. It's beautiful. Anyhow, that's a little bit of a memory. And then again, on behalf of Baker's Bridge, your historical association, not society, and the village of Alfred, I pass the mic.
Thank you, Jim. Before we turn this back over to Sharon Higgins Stiller to read us some comments from the Pomeroy Corporation, I also want to make sure I get this correct. This is Lori Higgins Lang. Got it, Lori? Okay, all right. Sharon, if you would. Comments from the Pomeroy Corporation sent to us to share at this occasion.
This was the letter that the Pomeroy Foundation sent us for this occasion. And my understanding is this sign costs at least $2,500 for them to make, and they've done this many times over here in New York State, so we're very grateful. Before I read it, I just wanted to point out I had no idea Bill Pulos had such a nice voice. But it did bring back memories of sitting in the Union University Children's Choir with his mother, trying to teach us songs, and Bill being kind of a little stinker, but I won't go into that.
This is not Dump on Bill Day.
Oh, I'm sorry, I thought it was. Okay. Here's the letter. On behalf of the William G. Pomeroy Foundation, congratulations on this special occasion as you unveil the new historical marker commemorating the life and legacy of Tuskegee Airman Wallace C. Higgins. At the Pomeroy Foundation, a core part of our mission is to help communities celebrate their local history by providing fully funded grants for historical markers. Established in 2005 by entrepreneur and philanthropist Bill Pomeroy, the foundation is the nation's leading funder of historical markers, having awarded nearly 3,000 grants across 49 states and Washington, D.C. Every Pomeroy marker we fund tells a story, honors a legacy, and strengthens the fabric of a community. What truly sets our markers apart is our unwavering commitment to historical accuracy, our gold standard. Bill Pomeroy made funding historical markers a priority when he established the Pomeroy Foundation. Bill learned that New York State had stopped funding its marker program decades ago, which left it up to communities to raise funds on their own. This was the beginning of the Foundation's first marker grant program, which was created to fill that gap. It later became the springboard for additional marker programs across diverse themes, including our National Register and Historic Transportation Grant programs. We welcome the opportunity to partner with you on more Pomeroy markers to celebrate and commemorate your local history. We extend our gratitude to the Allegheny County Historical Society, Alfred Station community, I'll add Bob Pulos, and everyone who helped make this day possible. We are proud to celebrate this occasion with you and are confident that this Pomeroy marker will honor the history of Tuskegee Airman Wallace C. Higgins for generations to come. Thank you and congratulations from all of us at the William G. Pomeroy Foundation. With gratitude and best wishes, Bill Brower, Executive Director, William G. Pomeroy Foundation.
Thank you, Sharon. We're doing pretty well with our time frame, folks. We didn't want to keep you out in the rain all day. There are chairs up there. I'm sorry I didn't say that in the beginning. For those who need a little break, we have an addition to our program. Turns out that Mrs. Lang, where are you? She has chosen to come up and say hello.
Hello. Hello. Obviously, I don't like doing this. But anyway, I want to make sure that we give a special thank you to our wonderful caretakers, Mary and Al Ormsby, for this wonderful whole area that's being maintained, and plus up at the cemetery. So they've worked hard for several years now to try to keep all this looking really nice. So, and I just want to let you know the middle plant in the middle there, along with my husband Dick Ling's piece of pottery, that goes to you as a thank you. Yeah. Okay, we're done.
Thank you, Lori.
Thank you, Lori. If there's a couple of you folks that I've missed out there that I spoke to about coming on up, I apologize. Coming to the end of our program, we now go to the sign unveiling. If you would, please, Don.
Lori, you want to come up here?
It's a good thing if she just didn't.
Sharon.
She's coming. Both sides. Need some help?
Don, why don't you read that for us for some of us that forgot our glasses?
Well, I think Bill should read it. He's better at Tuskegee.
Tuskegee Airman. Wallace C. Higgins, ALFRED, station, resident, trained as a pilot. World War II, Congressional Medal, Gold Medal, and New York State Veterans Hall of Fame. Alfred University professor. By the William G. Pomeroy Foundation 2025. Let's hear it for Wally Higgins. We want everyone to stay around. We'd like to get a picture of the entire group with the sign, please. Maybe we'll make it to the sun. And everyone is welcome to take pictures with the Higgins family right here by the sign. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. And please get a picture with us before you go. Don's got it figured out. I'm going to give him the microphone. He can tell us where he wants us.